Thanks for joining in again. This is Chatroom with Olajumoke. I'm continuing the criticism series again this week, and this week I'm going to be talking about constructive and destructive criticism. Now, the difference between the two of them is the way it is being delivered. Even though both of them will challenge your abilities, your ideas, or what you have done, but then the way it is being delivered is what shows if it is constructive or destructive. If you followed the series at the beginning, there was a story that I put out there about the story of Linda, who was criticized by two people. The first person criticized her destructively, the second person criticized her constructively. Now, when the first person criticized her, she was teary and all of that. But when the second person criticized her constructively, you could see that her face lit up, and she determined in her heart that she was going to correct those mistakes. Now, what I want to bring out of this is this. Now, the destructive criticism could come out of a heart that did not think it's true. The person probably did not think true before criticizing. He just blotted what he said out without thinking through. And the person could do it out of a malicious heart. He could do it to hurt you or, to make you feel depressed. But then, guys, I want you to take a hold of your emotions. However the case may be, don't let the destructive criticism, because the truth of the matter is that what destructive criticism does, if you don't hold your emotions, is that it could lower your self-esteem. It could make you feel like you're not good enough at what you are doing. And so take a hold of your emotions, because whether the case or however the case may be, there is an element of truth in what that person said. And guys, when you're criticizing somebody, think it's true, because you don't know if that person that you're talking to does not have a hold of his emotions, and you might be doing something that will affect that person's self-esteem for a long time. And so constructive criticism, however, is always the best way to criticize. Think what you want to say, think it's true first before you say it. But then, I've established the fact that the criticisms is always a feedback for you, either the constructive one or the destructive one. It is always a feedback for you, to look at what you're doing and do it better. I'm going to conclude this by reading a passage of the scripture in the book of Proverbs chapter 28 verse 13. I'm reading one of the versions, which says, "A man who refuses to admit his mistakes can never be successful." Now, having established that criticisms are a feedback for you. Now, if they have criticized you and you are arguing, you're not admitting that, okay, there's an element of truth in that thing, then you don't want to be successful. But then if you admit those criticisms, of course, you wait, as I've said last week, bring out the ones that would make you better and work better on it, and you'll discover that, like the scripture says, you will be successful. So if you admit your mistake, you will discover that you're successful. Mistake in this verse is related to criticism, and so those criticisms are a feedback for you to make it better. But I want to emphasize the fact that please think through before you criticize someone, because the emotions might not be good enough and you might be lowering someone's self-esteem. And also, you that is being criticized, work on your emotions, because criticisms are a good feedback for you. I hope this has been able to help someone. I'm going to conclude the criticism series next week. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much for always being a part of this. Till I see you again next time. Keep keeping it real.